Alright, so have you ever looked at a map of the Middle East and wondered why do these Arab countries have such straight borders? Or for that matter, why do these countries exist as they do at all? Well, grab a cuppa because today I'm diving into the fascinating and honestly kinda wild story of how Arab countries were made. First up, let's rewind 100 or so years. Back then, the Arab world looked nothing like it does today. Instead of countries like Iraq, Syria, or Jordan, most of the region was part of massive empires. Think the Ottoman Empire, which had ruled for centuries. Borders weren't these neat lines you see on modern maps. They were more about where certain tribes lived, who controlled which city, and honestly, whoever had the bigger army at the time. Then, along came World War I. The Ottomans sided with Germany and lost, meaning Britain and France, the real power players back then, were left to carve up the Middle East. And when I say carve up, I mean they literally sat down with maps and rulers, drawing lines across deserts with barely a thought for the people living there. This bit is called the Sykes-Picot Agreement, and it's honestly wild how much power a couple of blokes with pens had over millions of lives. So, what happened next? Well, new countries started popping up: Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan. Some, like Saudi Arabia, came out of local movements and wars, but most were born from European deals and treaties. The borders didn't really follow ethnic or tribal lines, so suddenly, you had groups with totally different backgrounds lumped together, and others split apart. Imagine if someone drew a line through your neighborhood and said, "Right, you're a new country now." Messy, right? Over time, these lines on a map turned into real countries with their own governments and flags. But the way they were created left a legacy. Disagreements over borders, questions about identity, and let's be honest, a fair bit of conflict. You can still see the effects today, from border disputes to debates about national identity. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. Out of this pretty artificial start, people built vibrant cultures and cities. There's an incredible mix of music, food, art, and history. But understanding how these countries were made is key to understanding the news, the politics, and even the friendships and rivalries you hear about today. So next time you look at a map of the Middle East, remember, those lines aren't just ink on a page. They tell a story of empires, war, and ordinary people caught between them. The past is still shaping the present, often in ways we don't even realize. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments if you want to hear more stories about how the world got its shape. Cheers for watching.